Okay, well, I'm going to try to respond to this announcement, communication strategies for the extra points or bonus bucks. I saw there was something good there, so I'm going to give it a shot. Using different types of communication tools to communicate to students. I posted them here just via an outline, so I have something on the screen. Using announcements, letting students know, hey, this is what we're doing, get ready. Any changes too. I noticed that helps quite a bit when there's a change on either an instruction or a due date. We're going to take a little different approach. The announcement just gets there quick, and using video just captures their attention. Also, we can use discussions. I could post a question. What do they think about a specific issue or a current event? Even I noticed later down it talked about how to handle conflict. If students are having problems with other students being harsh, I found that using discussion tool really works to stimulate the conversation. I don't like to single out any offender because the online setting isn't the place for that. But I have found that just bringing it out to the open, saying, let's talk about this, without actually pinpointing that we may be having problems in this area, does work. When I want to get messages out to my students, both for good performance via their grades or because of their grades, or if they're falling behind, not submitting assignments, the grade book, there's I think 3 little dots in a row right across the top bar. Click on that, go down to message students who, and it opens up a direct email message that's linked to your inbox. So I'll send them a message, hey, anyone that hasn't done this, you might want to get it done before this time. Or if anyone that got 90% or better, you can actually modify the setting for that. Congratulations, and it does really work well. Using email either through my Outlook or inbox in Canvas, the conversations section, it works really well too. But I found that students don't really look in their inbox, especially on my face-to-face classes. I've told them, like last minute cancellations on classes. I've had students texting me, hey, why are we not having class today? And I tell them, you should check your Canvas inbox. So the inbox does work. It's a good feature. The setback is not enough students check that on a regular basis. The Outlook is a direct email using the student's school email address, or if I can get their personal address, sometimes that even works better, and I can get messages out to them that way. If I have the students' text, or excuse me, not their text, their cell phone numbers, I will text them directly. And I have accumulated quite a few students' cell numbers because they do contact me if they're running late, they're not coming to class. It's part of my policy for checking in, accountability, that they notify me if they're not going to be in class. I tell them I don't care what the reason is. I just want to make sure that they're accounted for. So they'll text me or email me and just say, hey, I'm not going to be there. See you next week. And I thank them. So when they do that, I capture their cell numbers. And some students, I don't want to say repeat offenders, but that have contacted me on more than one occasion, I tend to store their number in a group for MSJC students. So I can use that. Also using their cell phone. I've had to call a couple of students directly because they had some serious family issues going on, and I had to speak to them in that regard. This was the permission was obtained prior to me ever calling them direct. They've called me, or I've texted them first or emailed them asking if it's okay if I call. And they've said yes. They've said, yeah, no problem, because they wanted to talk to me about what was going on in their lives. And lastly is my video posting. What I'm doing now is I'll post a message, usually try to keep it short, no more than 5 minutes, 6 minutes. I'm coming up on 5 on this one, so it goes fast. So I'll post them, they see me, you could hear the noise in the background, they know it's live, it's real. And I get a lot of good feedback that way. Okay, now how am I going to encourage them to persevere, to continue fighting for their education? Just acknowledging their achievement, sending encouraging photos, images, posting them either directly or through the announcement feature on the on Canvas. Pictures, videos. It really, really is an informative feature and engaging, and it does capture their attention. That boys on a graded assignment. I noted it earlier. Using the grade book, I do like to do that. I did not realize how much feedback I was going to get from that when I first started using it. So anyway, I gave it a try because Dell sent it out, the information how to do this. So I gave it a try, acknowledging students that did exceptionally well on a given assignment. The next day I opened up my Canvas and I checked my messages, and a whole, well, not a whole, let's say 4 or 5 in one day saying, thank you, I appreciate it, thank you. So wow, the feature really works. So acknowledge these accomplishments directly or posting them on the announcement saying, you know, so-and-so did an exceptional job. Then I do like to acknowledge specific students. Exceptional performance. How will I correct them when they are falling behind or performing poorly, or when they are being harsh to classmates? I kind of touched on that a little while ago. But I do send reminders via the gradebook on email. That really works well. Or I can email them directly. I encourage them using my discussions. Let's say I get a student that for some reason is exceptionally harsh in discussions. I don't have a problem speaking to these students directly. And I've talked to other instructors that have told me that they have trouble with the conflict, that they struggle with it, they try to avoid it, and I've never had that issue. Given my background, I worked in prisons and law enforcement all my life, so conflict second nature. I do call them, I text them. I do it. The one thing I will say, if I want to, and I don't want to use the word chastise, but correct an individual's behavior, because it's just not acceptable, I will definitely do it on one-on-one environment. I will never call them out in front of anyone. So that's it. That's my posting. I hope you enjoyed it. And whatever extra credit points I get, Dell, I'm looking forward to them. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.